everyone, it's Angela here with a requested tutorial on how to make the best use of your Jamberry nail wraps for your fingernails. So what I'm going to start off with are some of the bigger pieces of Pop Star. Now this is the size that I personally use on my big toe, and I don't think that this is a design that I would wear as a pedicure. That's just me personally. So I'm going to make use out of some of these bigger pieces that I would not normally wear on my fingernails. So what I'm going to start with is something that I always recommend at my parties that people do, and that is after the first time you've sized your nail wraps, keep them. Okay, I use the gentle removal method using oil. You can, I'll link it below if I can find, it's on my channel, how to use the gentle removal to remove your nail wraps, and then just keep them on a piece of paper in a baggie. Okay, and that's what I've done here. I know I really do have 10 fingers, but the other one is probably stuck on the bottom of somebody's shoe somewhere. I'll just make do with what I have. So what I'm going to do is I know that I'm going to wear this one on my pinky, and I'm thinking I'm going to wear rock and roll probably on my, let's go with my pointer, okay? So these 3 fingers are the ones that I'm going to cut down for Pop Star, okay? So I'm just going to look at the design here and figure out what I want to capture for my nail. With Pop Star, there's a lot going on. And I know, like right here, I don't want to cut out this big piece and only have that on my nail. I would rather have some more of the graphics down here. So that's why these pieces that I've kept for my other nails. So you see, I'm just gonna stick it on wherever it is that I wanna use it. I'm thinking I might want this, it says down here, Bam Pow, and I want that. I want it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is just lay the old nail wrap, and I'm going to turn it around in just a second and show you. Okay, see how I've laid the old one over it? Okay, and yes, my nails are crooked like that at the top. The things that you never realize about your nails that you do after wearing jams. Okay, I'm just going to cut this out very carefully with my handy dandy scissors. And what you do is you just want to trim off the edges and leave enough space, gap at the top for you to file off. Now my thumbnails do not have the same curve as our jam nail shields do. So I always trim off some of the bottom on my thumbs, which works for me. And another reason why I always keep these. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just trim around the excess, making sure I get the parts that I want. Y'all can't even see what I'm doing. Me and my handy dandy scissors here. And then you're gonna see I'm gonna have extra, okay? So look, this is what I started with. I lost a little piece down here, okay? And I just trimmed around like so, okay? So what I'm gonna end up with, well, first I'm gonna make sure that I've trimmed it really well, okay? And it looks like I have a little bit of extra over on this side, just a tiny, tiny, tiny little bit. So I'm going to trim just that little piece off. It's a tiny sliver, but it's amazing what difference those tiny slivers really do make. Okay, so now I'm going to take that little piece off, and I'm left with pow. See the pow right there? That's the little part that I wanted. And this will, and I've got bam too. Bam, pow, king, king, clong. All right, so look, now this is going to be my thumb. Ta-da! So I've taken a nail wrap that's too big for my fingers, and I've shrunk it down to fit the pieces that I want to do. And I'm going to use that same method, just trimming around the excess using my pattern that I already have from my old nail wraps to cut down and trim them on my new one. And I will tell you, it really doesn't matter. You can see that these are not perfectly straight. When you wrap them and apply them to your fingers, nobody's going to be able to tell, okay? So it'll work for you. So I'm just going to follow that same method and do the rest of my fingers. I hope this helps you a little bit to be able to make the most use out of your nail wraps themselves. This strategy is also really good if you want to change the direction of a pattern. For example, let me see if I have one here for you. Of course I don't, because I wasn't planning on talking about this. But let's say that you have, I'll use this little piece, okay? This is not a good example because my finger won't fit this way, but if this was a bigger piece, okay, and I wanted my lines to go vertical instead of horizontal, which they're intended to go, I could cut out my pieces this direction. From the biggest piece, I'm able to get this big piece. I can get like 3 or 4 fingernails out of, easy peasy. Not my thumbs, but the smaller nails, my pinkies and my ring fingers, I can. So I really get a lot of use out of one nail sheet. So that's why it's really fun to mix and match. Don't ever throw away your scraps because you can probably use them on either a pedicure or an upcoming manicure as long as you just kind of know how to do it. So I hope this helps you overall. If you would like to make a purchase with me, I'll leave my link in the down bar below, www.angelaporter.jamberrynails.net. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I do some crazy beauty videos too. I'm a beauty junkie. And also my Facebook page, and like me on follow me on Instagram and Twitter, okay? It's all beauty and jams with the exception of my Facebook page, which I'll link below as well. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!